Welcome back, everybody, to Hearthstone Battlegrounds, Lobby Legends, Hallows End, also referred to as BGLL number 8. Actually referred to it as number 7 yesterday. Probably no one noticed, but Nimsh noticed, and that's what matters.
Yeah, and speaking of screw-ups with the number 7, I overplayed my hand just before the break as well. I was assessing everything advanced forward by 1 game because I was assuming that players would win the game in turn 7 in game 7 when actually they'd be reaching check in game 7 instead. So instead of it saying it ends on game 7, it's probably ending around game 7.5. I would imagine 7 to 8 is where it ends on this one, instead of 8 being wildly unlikely, as I said it was before the break. So we might still have a few more lobbies to go from this point. I don't think 8 is necessarily as unlikely as I sold it as previously.
Well, that's the beauty of the check format, is it could end at any point. From right now, so right now,
right this moment,
until any point from now, it could end. And we're jumping right in. We're going to start on Sola, who is along with Junyu, who has already picked the Gallywix.
Ooh. Eesh.
We could be seeing it in right now. Let's see what Sola's offered. Not really many first or bust kind of heroes going on here. I guess you could throw Captain Eudora in there, and does go with it. So that is the highest first or bust likelihood hero amongst those selections. And we are going to move over to Say, who does have the Finley, so we'll see what Say is offered with the Finley.
Yeah, back into the other end of the Finley. This is max armor Finley. 6 armor at the top of armor tier 3, where Finley resides.
Subtle already getting the bandwagon pick in for Junyu just by the Gallywix. If Subtle sees Gallywix or Millhouse, insta.
Yeah. I mean,
okay. we got Galakrond. I
haven't been doing this all tournament, but game theory-wise, you should pick someone on turn 1 every single game, right? Because there's no penalty to then swapping it later. But if you don't have someone locked in by turn 1, you can never get turn 1 points.
Yeah. I went with Say turn 1. It's Finley, okay, 6 armor, all right. Elemental in shop, Galakrond hero power, yes please. I'll take 1. Ooh, but Geoboogie with Malagos and double Alley Cat.
Oh, that is so many minions early. Yeah, 2/3. Yep, significant upgrade. Just +2/+2 from your hero power. +1/+1 +1/+1 and +1 gold from your hero power. And I think with that in mind, yeah, Geoboogie can just go straight up and sell the Elemental for the double buy next turn.
I kind of want to freeze that shop too.
No way. You're selling double buying 2 drops, right?
You're not guaranteed to get 2 drops. I would take 2 1-drops over 1 2-drop.
That's
almost all the time.
Fair. Okay, yeah, I see the argument, sure.
Okay, not as strong of a brand opening for Gongi as we've seen in the past 2 brand games that we've watched, which was just Naga, Pirate, Murloc lobbies and insane openings from both brands. 1 completed on turn 4, 1 completed on turn 5. Or no, turn 3 and turn 4. But okay, yeah, this is decent.
Yeah, ends up with the Swabby pair. Rolled past a couple of Swabbies on the previous turns, which might have looked strange, but the gold interval just doesn't really work out unless you find an economy minion in the shop. So rolling into that shop was a big deal overall with the Elemental and the Swabby pair. It's one of the better shops you could hit on brand that turn for sure.
Bottle though, Sola.
Oh, okay.
On Eudora.
Okay, but Lorinda, request before turn 4, can we have a look at the Gallywix so I can work out whether I need to change to Elemental triple solar or not? Oh, that's not great. It's okay, but it's not great. Oh no, this is hard. This is hard. I don't know what to do.
Just stay. Okay. Normal Gallywix play here. Going 3-on-3. Try and get that 3 discover. Also a token start, which means that you actually get to keep him and you don't have to sell off your full board. It's a small thing, but it's just 1 banked gold for later.
Ooh. 5 Murlocs are elementals. Sell elemental in shop. Oh, it's only Ritual Dagger, though.
Knicker Snacks.
Knicker Snacks for 35 gold.
Ghastly Mask for 25 minion attacks. With is that double Scallywag on board?
Yes, it is. And but there is the Scally triple in shop that you are looking to take at some point.
Wait. That was Ritual Dagger.
That was the Ritual Dagger, yeah.
I feel like that's the least first place potential out of those 3 options.
Well, your Gallywix, right? This is an important thing about Battlegrounds. Right?
Okay, yeah.
Sometimes your quest wins you the game, sometimes your hero power wins you the game. And you don't necessarily need both to win you the game simultaneously. So this game, I think from Jeonyun, is saying, I can literally complete Ritual Dagger this turn, be massive with 2 Scallies getting buffed immediately, and then just level, take a 6-drop with the Scally triple and just see what happens, right? And I think that is a pretty viable plan from the spot that he's in.
Yeah, and Ritual Dagger helps you get there. He completed it that turn.
Yep.
Oh, no. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. He had to sell this elemental float 1 gold to complete it that turn, but that's kind of worth because you get that 1 floated gold back the next turn anyway with Gallywix, and it's just so it's just worth it for +8/+8 on 2 Scallies at that point.
Yeah. Okay, well, Gongi with brand complete and a triple frozen in shop. We have so many early triples going on here. Like across the board. There's like 3 that we've seen.
And just talking in terms of like play patterns and how people have responded to the tempo that other people are playing with, I've had this debate with Lorinda on multiple occasions. You can argue that when you fight against players in check, you should be as disruptive to them as possible, right? Like go full tempo, try and do as much damage to them as possible. But you could also create the argument, the best way to deny someone else from winning the lobby is to win the lobby yourself. So forget about, sabotaging yourself to deal damage to the other players. Just focus on being the high roller yourself and win the lobby, and that way no one else can. But that's an extremely reductive argument to begin with, because if it was that easy, well, then you just present that argument at the start of the tournament. Just try and win the lobby, and then no one else can, right? Like, that's not quite how Battlegrounds works. So knowing how to navigate these situations as to how hard to pressure the people who are in check specifically, I think is another one of the interesting little wrinkles you get to at this point.
Yep. Oh my god, the Ritual Dagger. Oh.
Found a Selfless as well. Okay, this is so much auto-scaling now for Jeonyun. Interesting as to whether it is a 5 or a 6 earmarked for this Scally triple, because obviously Nomi is a massive win for Gallywix in particular because of the way the buy-sell economy works with buffing up elementals.
Yep.
So I ideally think we should probably stay right about here for at least 1 turn to see if this is going to be a 5 next turn. That's the worst Divine Shield on the board. No big deal. Oh, Lorinda telling us that Solar on the Eudora has basically essentially the same choice on 5 or 6 as well.
Okay. I'm pretty sure Sola has gonna have 2 options. Has a dig plus
True.
a triple on board with the elementals. Like, just has it loaded and ready. No gold needed to be spent.
Oh, it's going. It's going.
5. Nomi?
Oh, the
Nomi!
Monster Nomi, dude. How many sales was that? 2 sales. So 10 gold next turn for the first Nomi turn. All right, we have a plan.
Yeah. Still going for double 5 now.
Oh.
These are both the players with the lobby in check, too.
Oh. Solar has cooked book as the quest reward as well.
Oh,
which means exactly the same deal, right? Both Jeonyun and Solar were looking for Nomi Hogger. because specifically Jeonyun is Gallywix, so you just kind of naturally have the insane economy with those kind of strategies. Solar has Cookbook, which obviously if you get Cookbook going with either of those things, absolutely absurd. Solar's condition sticks dragons or elementals for Cooked Book.
Is that Gongi has Yoxeron? Got the wheel. Wait, Bram Murlocs with Yoxeron?
AKA the worst quest in the game.
You can roll minion Divine Shield with Yoxeron, can't you? Oh no, never mind.
What? No.
I'm taking Wisdom Ball.
Okay.
Sorry.
Jeez, got Wisdom Ball on the brain, TJ. Come on.
I know.
Oh, the Death Row didn't die. Unlucky.
Yeah, that's the thing about Ritual Daggers. If you complete it early, it stops having value. But Elemental. Ah.
Yeah, you take Tad, plus gold over the course of 2 turns, and you just nail the Toxfin. That's exactly what you do.
Ooh.
Alley Cat, is there ever a viable, like, you need, when you're playing Gallywix, you need to look at plays here like double sell by Alley Cat and then triple sell by something else, but it's the triple sell by something else part that's kind of frustrating here, because those are some pretty miserable options, but yeah, probably just the sparring partner makes sense.
Yep. Okay, Sola needs one more dragon or elemental to complete the cookbook.
And they're right there.
Dragons in the shop.
Yep. So Atramedes, play Atramedes, buy. No, okay. I was going to suggest buy the Bronze Warden just to have the Divine Shield, better tempo, because he is losing fights. He's not taking huge damage, but he is losing fights right now. Can't afford to be doing that for too much longer. Oh, look at the fight as well. It's Solar versus Jeonyun.
So this is going to be some buffs on the Wildfire far left, but it was only a 4-minion board, right? It was just the Giant Scallyweed sparring partner with the Selfless.
Yeah, remember the sparring partner was the last minion board, though, so where this taunt went is a huge deal, and that is the best attack for sure. See how much the rest of these stats can clean up. Okay, Poison takes down the Atramedes. That is a terrible attack, though, and that means that Jeonyun is getting damage capped this turn. That's a huge outcome for Solar. Basically bringing it back to parity between the two of them.
Yep. I feel like it is a... Oh, here we go!
It's so bad.
Mystery box! Oh. That's a salty looter.
Uh-huh.
Literally doesn't matter.
Nope.
Can get
Lorinda's pleased to see it, though.
Yeah.
Lorinda's favorite minion in Battlegrounds, by the way, for those of you curious. Salty Looter. Also, an Island Battlemaster is a close second.
What?
Yep. True.
Okay.
Not even a joke. Actually just true.
Oh, it's gone.
Of course it's gone.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh, it's
For gurgle.
Gonna sail through the War Leader now as well to pick up the Swolefin, presumably.
Yep. A lot of stats, actually.
There's a lot of stats here. Swolefin first, then Begurgle. Swolefin gets more stats from the double Begurgle buff than it does from the Begurgle being on board.
Oh, I love the Wheel of Yoxeron. And Oliek does not seem very powerful, just based on the shop that we saw after the previous turn, which was just a bunch of random elementals. Does have a ball of minions as poisonous. Picked up a Brand and 2 Peggies. Did complete Evil Twin.
Oh, 1 health taking down the trade on the poisonous minion was a nice little compensation. And that is going to go down as a tie in the end. Okay, fine.
All right, stay here. I want to see the wheel.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Oh, spinning the
easily
wheel.
used, TJ.
Spinning the wheel. Oh, yeah.
Wow. So relevant.
It's happened twice, though.
Uh-huh.
Everything has +6/+6 in the shop now.
Okay, yep. Take a Nomi and only be like 4 turns behind the Gallywix that you're about to fight on the other side. Story checks out.
Okay. Ooh. Ooh.
Yo.
Also, Evil Twin.
Wait, did Toki just hero power into Kali Nadina specifically? That's great.
Ooh. That's got some potential right there. This, however, does not have potential. What was the quest? Alter Ego.
Alter Ego does get a buff.
Alter Ego completed this late with this board?
Oh me, oh my. Solar is massive. Still only the 1 Hoggar, though, is currently a little bit stuck on Tavern 4. Can't really afford to go up. Lower peak stats, but a better spread of stats in terms of Xianyun. Fairly even going here, I would think. But most important, navigate your eyeballs to that top right minion. That is the important one, because that almost doubles your gold in terms of what you can do in a single turn. And when you're Gallywix, that is an awful lot of gold that you are doubling each turn.
Oh, yeah. Kill Boogie's about to get rolled.
26 into 29 feels bad until you then notice that your follow-up attack is a wildfire that just absolutely smoke. Okay, it went to the left, so it wasn't relevant in the end.
Yikes.
The Light Spawn was pretty much the only thing that died that fight. Good job, buddy. Avenge working as intended.
Sola fell down, though.
Who did Sola lose to? What on earth?
Must have been... Gongi?
Oh, we are going. Xianyun is paying nothing for any of these minions right now, even rolling through less than premium elementals. Yep, there you go again. Just looking for the juice.
Oh, yeah. Wait, they're playing each other again.
Damage cap's still on, though, so there is no way Xianyun can die here, but there is a way that Sola can.
Yep.
Time to say goodbye to this Scally sometime soon as well. Yeah, there it goes. Just has been immediately eclipsed. Wildfire is a huge hit.
Yeah, that's a pair. I mean, I don't think there's any way that Sola has enough power to beat this board.
Sola was bigger in terms of individual minions last time we looked. Yeah, that Wildfire is... Well, actually, no. That Wildfire is about the same size as the most recent Wildfire that we just saw from Xianyun, but is golden. So, yes, that's the minion that can do the most individual work, but, yeah, otherwise, massively behind on stats.
Yeah. So it looks like, from what I can see here on the dashboard, that Sliders has a young Murk-Eye. And the quest is Evil Twin for Sliders with pretty big poison Murlocs. So maybe that's who's beating everybody? Is Sliders?
I believe Lorinda did report that Sliders was who Sola lost to last time.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh no, Sola lost to Bran.
Oh, Gongi, sorry, yeah.
Okay, I was right initially.
More importantly, though, how much damage is this that Sola is going to take? Because that is currently 3-4 drops that are still alive on the board, and there is no power left to attack. Sola going out in a blaze of glory. Interesting talking point to look at there is that he ended the game with the brand still on his board when he had like a 2020 in his hand that he'd bought from the cookbook. I kind of respect it, though, because spelling Bran is... Shut up. Selling Bran
again.
selling Bran is selling your future to an extent, right? And the difference between getting 8th and getting 2nd is close to irrelevant for a player that has the lobby already in check. So I like taking the risk there of just saying, okay, they're probably bigger, but maybe I don't take 12, and then I still have, you know, Bran Hogger set up for the future with my cookbook. It's a risk, but it's a risk that you do need to take when you're trying to win the lobby overall.
A Gurgan.
Wait, it's happened 4 times, right? I've just noticed.
Yep.
The minions have +12/+12.
Yep.
Ridiculous. Which means Gongi's quest has done nothing, because those stats in the tavern are just literally irrelevant. None of them are making the board at this point.
I mean, it made the Swolfen bigger.
Okay, yes, a tiny fraction of the 100/100 on the Swolfen is down to those +3/+3s. That is true.
Okay, so double... Jeez. I get it mixed up every time. The X. The dragon.
Caligos and Taragosa?
Taragosa, yeah. I always mix them up. Double Caligos with Evil Twin on the Taragosa. There we go. Right way around. Got another Evil Twin on the side of Sliders. This doesn't seem that threatening.
Yeah, it's the haves and the have-nots this game, right? Like, if you look at this fight and then wave that in comparison to what Zhang Yu is packing, I'm sure that we'll take a look at in a second. It's night and day.
How much is that? Holy moly.
Not enough.
It's Zhang Yu at 21 and everybody else at 10 or below. This is Zhang Yu's to lose right now. I think we might be seeing a 6er. He ain't stopping.
Oh, he is not stopping.
Still on Tavern Tier 3, but that doesn't really matter with this game plan.
Wait, who's on 3? Zhang Yu's on 4.
4, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
I was looking at the Tavern number and then the cost to actually level up the Tavern.
That makes sense. It's kind of interesting also to see this being done a board space down, because sometimes the thing you are limited with Nomi is board space, right? Specifically, you're not quite. You're generally a little sad about some of the minions that you have to sell to make room for more elementals to play. But he's doing it with the selfless hero locked over on the right-hand side as well. That's just continuing to grow +4/+4 every turn from the ritual dagger. The ritual dagger that TJ poo-pooed at the start of this game, by the way. Never doubt the Gallywix.
Barov's blessing.
Barov's blessing indeed.
The fate of the world hangs in
A bunch of Murlocs. 2 poisons versus 1 poison. Bigger stats versus smaller stats.
It is. Be careful though, because it is 2 poisons. Because the 52 health minion is the biggest minion, and it's Evil Twin. It is Evil Twin.
So this is a 50-50. No, it's not. Gongi should be a little bit favored because of the big Swolfen that could value trade.
Yeah, also now has the going a second advantage by going Parrot Selfless. So now if the Tunnel Blaster attacks first, he'll be able to refresh Divine Shields after the Tunnel Blaster. This is actually a pretty big 50-50. Loses it. But that first attack is miserable.
Yep. And the second attack. And the third attack.
And pretty much all the attacks from here, yeah.
Yep.
That'll do it.
Yeah, we should be seeing 2 players drop here, assuming Zhang Yu didn't fight a ghost. I don't think anybody can reach that power level now. Oh, wow, that was close.
Yeah, that was the Caligos Nadina board, which, you know... Caligos Nadina, hell of a combination. 40/40s that all have Divine Shield can do a lot of work, even against a board that's this big.
Yep.
Oh, tripled the wildfire when we went away, though. And now Ball of Minions lands on the Selfless, making it a permanent part of the team. That's so disgusting.
I don't know if I want it on my team.
Oh, you want it on your team. Second
All right,
Golden
so
Cyclone.
Oliak we haven't seen in a while, but taking a look, Oliak does have double ball of minions with Poisonous and a Nadina.
Ooh, and Nadina, okay.
And a Leroy.
Yeah, scam potential is high.
Minions. So this is going to get rid of the golden crackling cyclone.
That's right, yes.
So I honestly think that Oliak should have this one, just given the same board states. Only has the one divine shield with a single selfless.
I mean,
Oliak.
depends. It does depend on positioning though, because remember there's wildfires to deal with as well. So that if like the wildfire attacks into a taunt, it could then kill minions or peel divine shields off the poisonous minions, for example. So the positioning of the taunts and the positioning of the first 3 or so attacks from Zhan Yu on the other side actually have a really big impact on how this is going to go.
Yeah, this is also Evil Twin, so that big poisonous ball of minions is also going to summon itself. And going full Crackling Cyclone. Okay, now... this is Zhan Yu's to lose. I think we might be seeing the end.
It's looking real close. This is a big decision. Though. Exactly what Zhan Yu is doing right now is a huge decision. And I love the fact that the 200-200 is coming in late.
Yep. Double Leroy, though. Mustache.
That means this does get to attack the meaty center. Divine Shield means that it survives. That's 1 poison down. That's 2 poisons down. Divine Shield attack now is huge. Yeah, it's not going to be good enough. Not going to be good enough. A valiant effort, but Zhan Yu has taken down what I think was probably his biggest competitor in this lobby. We'll see what Gongi can do with the Poison Murlocs on the other side. But this is going to come right the way down to the wire. Massive Elementals versus Poison Murlocs. It is a tale as old as time.
Spin the...
Oh, come on!
+3/+3.
It's so bad. Oh.
Look at those tads. Those aren't tads, those are chads.
That's happened 6 times. Golgi's quest has done nothing this game.
Oof. Yeah. There's no way. It is a golden selfless, but
It's para golden selfless triple poison. Like you can never quite count it out, I would say.
With a 282 golden crackling cyclone.
Right, but what if that attacks into like the selfless and then one of the divine shield poison minions? Then it's gone.
It's attacking 3rd.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think Zhan Yu.
Oh, ball of minion. What's the finishing minion? Second selfless just coming into play, or Baron possibility as well. Oh, the selfless triple.
I don't think it even matters.
Well, we will wait and find out. Man, the fact this selfless is so huge is just so toxic. Like, it eats so much.
He saw the 100%.
Before I even guess it. Yeah, this looks like a hundo to me based on that reaction. Absolutely. 1 divine shield coming back, but it goes straight into the selfless, and now this is a monstrous number of attacks still to get through. Yeah, this is going to get there for sure. Zhan Yu taking it down at the first attempt. 6 games in, Zhan Yu, we were told it was go big or go home. And in this case, it was absolutely go big.
That's right. Very nicely done. And, I mean, I didn't think that it was going to end in this one because it was only 1-4, but it seemed like, given those openings, both Sola and Zhan Yu had a chance to win that game with some very early triples, heroes that can go for that first or bust kind of play style. And they kind of cannibalized each other, right? Where Sola ended up taking his 2 big losses to Zhan Yu and falling. And then from there was just nobody that could stand up to it, right? Nobody had the scaling. Nobody had anything. So well played to Zhan Yu. That was quite an impressive showing. And not only in the fact that, you know, just great performance in terms of results, but also just some highlight plays from Zhenyu as well.
Yeah.
Which is not always the case when we have these Lobby Legends winners, right? Where a lot of times it's just solid play. Like, we don't get those super highlight reels, maybe with the exception of Sleepy earlier on. But also gave us some awesome plays with the Shutterlings and Victim Spectre, isolating them on board. So look at that, 3 seconds and a first. Forget about the 8. 8 doesn't matter.
No, don't forget about the 8th, though, because that is kind of the point. We were told this is how Zhenyu plays, and you can kind of see it there in those results, right? Second, 8th, second, then the 4th, and then the 1st to bring it down, win the lobby. And that 4th is only there because that was a very specific set of circumstances that required it, right? To just get the lobby in check in the first place. But just talking about the highlight plays from Zhenyu, yes, there was like the big, flashy, game-solving decisions that he made, but you can go all the way back to game 1, day 1, where the first cool play that I saw that I reacted to was Zhenyu just picking up a Void Lord and throwing it on the board against like a Poison Divide shield scam on the other side that ended up winning him the fight because the taunts dictated so much of the combat and dealt with so many attacks early on. So even in those small little tech card situations, it's not just that, you know, he's a player that goes for the high roll, knows how to high roll. He was making all the small little detail plays correctly as well throughout the whole tournament. So a very, very impressive looking player.
Yeah, and up and down the board, I think we saw some fun games today. Obviously, you know, a player like Say did not have a good day today. But Say is, you know, someone who you can never really count out. Is one of the has some of the best results out of any player across Lobby Legends for the whole year, and is a previous winner. So not a great day overall, but still a lot of respect for Say as a player. But I mean, a 6 and done. I didn't expect that coming in. I thought we were going to see a lot closer. I called the 8, but I was too short, and also the puzzle box question as well, which will we get more than 6 lobbies today, was a big old no. So unfortunately for anybody who picked that, not going to get the extra points.
No, you are not. It came right down to the wire. It goes to show that 6 was pretty much the right number to go for. That does seem to be the over-under line that we are dealing with. But this being a 6 and done, this is kind of harking back to the early days of Lobby Legends. I believe the first 2 ended on the first lobby where it was possible for it to end. So as soon as a player hit check, they then immediately went on and won it. And then since then up until now, we've kind of got stuck in those grindier battles where multiple players hit check, deny each other. And now we're straight back to the one and done, hitting check and then going for it. You know, I still remember was it Bennis on Lobby Legends 1? First time a player got to check, just tripled into a 6 and hit Orgazoa Athissa in super broken Naga meta all the way back then. So, you know, those are the things that can happen. Very, very similar outcome this time around. We said it right from the start, right? Set up the triple with the Nomi, using that Ritual Dagger to save health, and then you're looking for Hoggar, Nomi. If you hit either one of those things, you're probably running away with it. And you saw just basically what Galliwix can do with even a single Nomi and no quest, essentially, in that situation. It's still outrageously destructive.
Yeah, but that's right, a means to an end, right? Understanding where the strength lies. You can't have it all. You can't have these huge power spikes and a quest that's going to have that longevity, right? A lot of times you have to pick between one or the other. And I feel like that's one thing that Zhenyu showcased throughout the weekend, is that he understands when he needs to, 1, make sacrifices in order to take the risk and be strong later. But 2, to pick something that seems a little odd because you know that it's going to be useless later, but that gives him the immediate strength and the immediate power to be able to find that late game power, that scaling. We saw sort of both ends of the spectrum. And then we also saw just the complete flop in Lobby 3 of, well, nothing's working. So I'm gonna take my 8th here, bow out, but then come back stronger than ever. And I feel like we also got a good amount of diversity today. We're solid. We're waiting for an interview with Shenyu. Hopefully we're going to have it pretty soon, which is actually really cool because we don't always get interviews with some of the Chinese players because, one, it's technically difficult because of the latency, but also, two, because they don't always feel comfortable having interviews in English. And my Mandarin's a little shaky, so about 70% fluent. That's not true at all. I'm 0%.
We can sub Derek in if we really need to. He'd crush it in Mandarin, I'm sure.
I mean, I did speak in front of thousands and thousands of people.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot about that, actually.
Yeah.
TJ was backstage being coached on like one sentence for hours straight.
It was not one sentence. It was a paragraph.
Was it? Okay.
It was a full announcement of Grandmasters. It was, I think, like 2.5 sentences. It was 2 sentences and then a call to action.
Yeah. Right.
So it was difficult. But while we wait, Okay, yeah, while we wait, we're going to take a look at the puzzle box outcomes. Oh my gosh. I got obliterated.
That's a murder.
Like, even if you just cover your answers and just look at mine, I got obliterated.
Yeah, Kidnap Sack I was getting worried about because we just didn't see it, right?
I don't think it was offered a single time. I feel like we should get points just because of that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it was offered to maybe a player that we didn't look at the quest choice on and they turned it down, but it certainly wasn't an active quest as far as I can remember. And then, yeah, we kind of got punished. It's the dynamic we talked about at the start, right? Like, some of these, will a player win with 38 plus health? Will the game go longer than 18 turns? They are kind of intrinsically tied to, will we play more than 6 games today? The more games we play, the more likely it becomes to happen. So since we both whiffed on the will we play more than 6 games today, it kind of influenced some of our picks elsewhere. But I'm okay with that. 100% yesterday, 50% today. Can't win them all.
Yeah. I mean, you can't win them all. I can't even win 2. That's pretty brutal. I was a believer this morning. It's still the morning, but you know what I mean. Earlier this morning, I was a believer. And right now, not so much. I think the next time I cast the Lobby Legends, I'm just going to go straight no. And see if I have better luck with that one. Because obviously I can't use my brain in order to decide. That didn't work out yesterday. And so today I decided to do something different and just be a believer. But that didn't work out as well. I'm also pretty sure that if you look at all of the other points, I didn't do well in those either. So maybe we can even get a big old skip on that one.
No, not after you tried to cheat earlier, TJ, by scamming out extra picks on the bandwagon. If you'd have played,
got like 3 points for that.
Hey,
that's pretty close.
Oh, you beat me on fantasy team. Oh, yeah, Say came 8th, right? Which probably really hurt me. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Bandwagon, I got crushed. Puzzle box, we both kind of got crushed. Bandwagon made up the big difference today. And that's even with me, quote unquote, allegedly, quote unquote, eating.
Hold on, who's rigging these numbers? No shot did you get exactly 69 points in Bandwagon. That's not actually, that's not a real thing. Come on.
The total should have been, no matter what the sum was, 420.
Yeah, I was like, oh, look at me and my 420 points in fantasy team. Jeez.
Yeah, so that's today, and Subtle beat me yesterday, so the total scores across the weekend is also going to be in favor of Subtle. But you know what? I'm proud of my performance. I was a lot closer to you than I thought I was going to be coming into the weekend. I know I talk a big game, but my confidence was at an all-time low because I lost to Derek. And so this week was more of like just me, limit testing a little bit, trying to test the waters. See if I can make some bold predictions. And that didn't work out also. All right, 56 points. That's our difference. Derek beat me by more.
Well, that's not what you want to hear at the end of the day, is it? Oh, dear. Worse performance than Derek. Unlucky.
Yeah, unlucky. But congratulations, Sodal. You are the champion of caster-specific Tavern Buddy.
Mm-hmm.
But I made it in the top 2, so
That is true, yeah. It's a viable second place for TJ in the caster competition. If anyone in chat has picked up more than 950 points over the course of the weekend, or even beat my score today, feel free to tweet at me and gloat about it. I guess I deserve it at this point. That's fine with me. But it is it's been a fun couple of days, TJ. You put up a good challenge. I think it's been a good vibe casting Battlegrounds with you, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, good vibes all around. That's what I'm here for. That's my Hearthstone casting style. Nobody tunes in to TJ to get the hard-hitting analysis. Every once in a while, right? Stop clock is right twice a day, that kind of thing.
Considering you rewrote my Twitter bio to acupuncture in human form at the start of the broadcast, maybe at the end of the broadcast I can rewrite yours to no analysis, just vibes. How do we feel about that?
Sure. Yeah.
Deal.
Is it better no analysis, just vibes, or just vibes, comma, no analysis? Which one seems friendlier?
It's definitely the first one.
I'm trying to look at the leaderboard, but it's not loading for me. The actual, the live stream leaderboard, which is behind, they haven't even calculated, because I wanted to see if anybody passed you with just not even like a puzzle box.
Oh, I'm sure they will. Yeah.
Final tallies. Yeah. A lot of smart people out there in chat. A lot of smart people in the Play Hearthstone Twitch. I will say, I feel like you all get a bad rap, but above average in the Battlegrounds intelligence department, I would say.
I mean, it depends which stream you're in. Like, it varies wildly from streamer to streamer, I think, the average intelligence of their chat. I'm just going to leave it.
All right. Okay, I just got word. Unfortunately, we will not be able to have an interview. There's tech issues, so I explained why. Sometimes it's rare that we get the interviews with the Chinese players, which would have been nice, would have been cool to hear his insights. But I feel like just leaving it at this, where we just got to watch Zhen Yu and his playstyle, is not as good as it would be if we got to hear the words himself, but still.
Now he just scampers off into the night as a mythical high-rolling beast. That's just...
Yeah, he puts on his Batman mask and leaps off the building into the trampoline that's one floor below. But yeah, so that means we're done, Sottle. We don't have anything else to talk about. There's nothing on the docket. So, as is tradition for me, you don't get to cast with me that often, or at least end shows with me that often, but this is tradition. Lorinda can attest to it. You have any final words, any thoughts, any closing statements that you'd like to give? Head off.
Final thoughts. Battlegrounds is sweet. Lobby Legends is sweet. I've had a great time casting with TJ. I've had a great time being in front of the camera again for some Battlegrounds, because I've been in Lorinda's role for the last few, just pushing buttons, making sure you're all watching, hopefully, the right things. And do remember the exact opposite of that we have one more of these left to go. I believe the qualifiers are happening very soon, or possibly even right now, for the final Lobby Legends of the year, but you do not want to miss it. And I think, competitive Battlegrounds coming into the Hearthstone ecosystem has been a great thing all around. So continue to show support for it, and hopefully we can get some more.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. Keep being smart. That's basically what Sottle said. Intelligent in Twitch chat, intelligent just for tuning in the first place. It's the right choice. But we're done. Thanks, Sottle, for being a good pal over the course of the weekend. And thanks, Lorinda, too, for the spectating and shot calling. We gave him hell, but overall feel like showed us the right stuff at the right times and gave us a good laugh. And with that, we are done. So thanks everyone for tuning in. From myself, from Sottle, from the entire broadcast crew here, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for more Lobby Legends.